Thank you for sharing part of your Thursday here with us on America's Voice Live. We've seen the media doing something remarkable lately, and that is actually hold Joe Biden to account, as much as they can at least, for his terrible handling of the Afghanistan withdrawal. I mean, I've seen people on NBC and ABC actually saying mean things about him and saying he's incompetent, which we tried to warn folks about. That doesn't mean they aren't still carrying water for the Democrats. Let's not get carried away. We have BuzzFeed News linking Trump supporters to the Taliban, meanwhile. Insider.com wrote that Republicans are rooting for the Taliban over President Joe Biden, which, of course, is complete garbage. Vice News even published an article titled, "Why Are So Many Marines Neo-Nazis?" on the day that 11 Marines died, along with 2 other service personnel, in an attack at Kabul's airport. Why are so many Marines neo-Nazis? Well, they're not. But you have to get some filth to sell this stuff, I guess. Joining me to discuss this and more about how the media has been handling Biden's Afghanistan debacle, failure, collapse, however you want to call it, including his lack of taking any questions, is Adam Guillette, president of Accuracy in Media, AIM. Good to have you here, Adam. I mean, at least the media in some parts is waking up, but not completely.
Well, that's exactly right. Good on them, CNN, MSNBC, for calling out the Biden administration and accurately covering the debacle that was us leaving Afghanistan. But at the same time, I suppose there's good news and bad news. Leftists in the media, leftists in Hollywood, leftists on social media, no longer are they calling us Nazis. Now they're comparing us to the Taliban. Roseanne Arquette, MSNBC, I think BuzzFeed as well, are all now running stories saying that the Taliban is here in America and they are the extreme right. It's insane.
Well, the Taliban could well be here in America, brought out of Afghanistan on C-17s. Some may be making their way through Mexico across the southern border. The Taliban probably is here. Not in the way they described, Adam, but here nonetheless. You know, I look at the media relying on organizations like the Southern Poverty Law Center, and I just laugh. The Southern Poverty Law Center, after Morris Dees got handsy, to put it nicely, with the people that worked there, he got tossed out, the guy that founded the place. They have no credibility outside of their little media bubble. The Southern Poverty Law Center labels all sorts of Christian organizations as hate groups. These are the people saying, well, you've got this hate group and these Nazis and these white supremacists. They're like the go-to, list of all things hate, even though it's all bunk. Where am I wrong?
No, that's exactly right. You know, at one point, they labeled a Muslim woman, the Southern Poverty Law Center did, as an anti-Muslim radical crazy person because she criticized radical Islam. Eventually, they finally took that one off the list. And the real danger is sites like Facebook and others use that ridiculous Southern Poverty Law Center list as their excuse, as their crutch when determining who to ban from social media. And to your point earlier about Vice Media, an incredibly influential news site amongst young people, as is BuzzFeed, Vice said there's a growing group of neo-Nazis and radical white supremacist, radical right-wingers within the Marines. And they literally said that there were 7 of them in the last few years. Now, 1 is too many. I don't have any use for white supremacists. But as you said, on the day in which 10 Marines were killed, to go after the Marines because they claim 7 Marines were either neo-Nazis or radical right-wingers. I'd love to hear their definition of radical right-winger. It's just morally outrageous.
25 years ago, I was doing a story on white supremacy in the state of Ohio, southern Ohio, and I contacted the Southern Poverty Law Center. At that time, they could find less than 10,000 members of the Ku Klux Klan and other white supremacy groups in the country. There hasn't been some rebirth of white supremacy, I can assure you. People are not running around with white pointed hats or any other damn thing. And the fact of the matter is, in a nation of 335 million, if you've got 10,000 white supremacists, it's not exactly an existential threat. Let's do a little math. What do you think, Adam?
Yeah, that's exactly it. They're chasing shadows at this point. There will probably always be evil people in our society who hold hateful beliefs. But these folks are scared of shadows around the corner. Imagine what it's like living in a world where you've convinced yourself everybody you see is an evil white supremacist. And that's literally what's happening because of these news sites. You know, we bemoan and we laugh at and we get frustrated by the CNNs and the MSNBCs, but they preach to the choir and they talk to increasingly small audiences. Those online news sites like BuzzFeed and Vice talked to tens of millions of people. They built their audience with clickbait and puppy videos. So they brought in people of all ideological persuasions. And they're primarily read by easily influenced young people. Those very young people are now hearing left and right that we're the Taliban, we're neo-Nazis, we're all evil white supremacists. I love when they call me a Nazi because I'm a Jew, and they probably wouldn't let me in that club.
Yeah, I'm guessing they wouldn't let you in the club. You know, I'm just going to tell you, though, Adam, puppies are a clear sign of white supremacy, just so we're clear on that. Adam Guillette, greatly appreciated, President of Accuracy in Media. Thank you for being here. It was good fun. We'll see you again soon.
Thank you so much for having me.
Now, when we come back, what makes America wonderful? There's a whole host of things, but we miss it oftentimes. We'll share some of those stories when we come back right here on America's Voice Live.